In this video, I'll demonstrate two different ways to use text as a clipping mask in Adobe Photoshop. With an image already open in Photoshop, right-click on the background layer and duplicate that layer. Click OK and turn off the visibility of the background layer and make sure the copied layer is selected. Click and hold on the Type tool in the toolbar and choose either the vertical type mask tool or the horizontal. I'll choose the vertical type mask tool and then click anywhere on your photograph. When you see red, that tells you that you're in mask mode. Go ahead and type in a phrase, and it's difficult to make changes, so you want to make sure that everything is correct. And I will pretend that I've misspelled this word. Go over to Edit, check spelling, and take a moment to make sure everything is spelled correctly in your text before moving forward. Double-click on the text itself, and then up in the options bar, you can make changes. You can change the typeface, for example. You can also change the size of the type. And in this drop-down here, you can change the appearance. I like crisp. Now let's say you want to move the text within the picture. You can't just click and drag on it or use the Move tool. You must use the Lasso tool. So once you click on the Lasso tool, you'll see these marching ants around your letters. Inside the letters, click, and then you can drag your text where you want it. And you can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge it into place. Once it's where you like it, you're then going to come over into your Layers panel, and at the bottom of the panel, you're going to click to add a layer mask. And then you'll see that a clipping mask has been made with the text and the picture behind it. Now, if you turn on the visibility of your background layer, you've brought the picture back, but the text has disappeared. That's okay. With the mask layer selected, go down to the bottom and click to open your effects panel. And now you can turn on some of the effects here. I really like bevel and emboss. And now you'll see that the text stands out against that background picture. I also like things like stroke, outer glow, drop shadow, but it's up to you what you would like to see. Don't forget to make changes. You need to click on the word itself to bring up the panel to make changes to that specific effect. Click OK, and now you can see in your Layers panel all of the different layer styles and effects that you have added. Change over to the Move tool, and you can actually grab the text mask and move it within your picture plane to a different location. So that's one way of using text as a clipping mask in your image. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my history up to the opening of this photo and show you another way to make text as a clipping mask using a different photo. So go to File, Place Embedded, and locate a second photo. Click Place, and it doesn't really matter where it's located in the image, so I'll accept that transformation. Now I'll go back to the Type tool. This time I'll use the horizontal type mask tool. I'll click, and once again, in the mask mode, add my text. This time perhaps I'll put it onto two separate lines. And then use my Lasso tool, go inside the marching ants, and adjust that text onto this second image. Once everything is placed where you like it, over in your Layers panel, go to the bottom and add a layer mask. And now you can see that a mask has been made on top of the second image. Switch to the Move tool, and you can move that text mask within the placement of your first image. Notice that it doesn't affect that background layer. Then you can go into Effects. This time I want to show you a new feature of the layer styles, and that's blend mode. If you click this drop down, you have a lot of fun, interesting blend modes that you can choose from. And what it's doing is it's overlapping the pixels between the two pictures and blending those pictures together. So you can play around and decide on one of the blend modes that you would like. Click OK. And I want to show you using my Move tool what that actually is doing. So as I am moving this mask to different places in the picture, you can see where the different color of pixels are overlapping, that it is affecting that blend mode differently. I'll go back into my effects panel one more time, and I'll add some of those layer styles that I like the most. Once your image is finished, it's time to save your work. So go to File, Save As, And I'll save this in my Creative Cloud files in a folder for this class. I'll rename it so it doesn't copy over the original. My first name, last initial, underscore. This is Unit 1.4, Text Mask. I'll save it as a Photoshop document, and then I will go to File, Save As, and save a backup copy for my website as a JPEG. Click Save and OK. So that's how you can use text as a clipping mask in Adobe Photoshop.